Good afternoon, y'all. Look, big warning before you watch this. I'm talking about religion and spirituality, and I know the subject is heated, but to be honest, the past 2 years or so, I've been delving deep into the Bible. The Bible, I find to be the best book ever written, and this is coming from someone who doesn't really identify as a Christian, but what the Bible says in, it's 66 books, it's all valuable, all of it. So, and I think humanity could learn a lot from it if they look at it with an open mind, but also a discerning eye. So, what's prompted me to make this video is growing up in a Christian household, and we learn a lot of things, and we hold them to be true, and we're told that the Bible supports these things, and I have to be perfectly honest, a lot of it is lies. A lot of the stuff that they say is supported by the Bible is not supported by the Bible whatsoever, at all. And I'm gonna go over some of it, and I'm gonna start with the topic of abortion. What does the Bible say about abortion? Now, you've probably been told that the Bible forbids abortion, and what you got to understand first and foremost is what a lot of people do is they'll take certain passages from the Bible and kind of make them try to mean what they want it to mean, even if it's not explicit. And here's the tricky thing with the Bible. Some things are in like plain speech, like this is what it is, and other things are deeply metaphorical and have multiple layers to them. But this is not one of them. The Bible doesn't condemn abortion. It does not. It doesn't say don't get an abortion. It just doesn't say that. And I don't know how to prove that to you except to tell you look for it and try to find it. It doesn't say that. It doesn't condemn abortion. Does not say that life begins in conception. It doesn't. Now, the closest thing it has to something related to that is in Exodus chapter 21, verse 22 through 23. And in these verses, it basically outlines like the punishment if you were to hit a pregnant woman and she was to lose her child. Now, that's not the same as a doctor performing an abortion. It's just not. It's like this what happens if you injure a pregnant woman and she loses her child, and the punishment may be death depending on the circumstance, but that's not the same as a procedure to terminate a pregnancy. It simply is not. And another thing that Christians use to prove that their idea that life begins in its conception is from Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. That did not say life begins at conception. That actually is proof against it, because it says before I formed you in the womb. So this is talking about someone's destiny before they were conceived, not even after, not before they were born, before they were conceived. This is talking about someone's spirit before they even like manifested on earth. That is not the same idea at all. At all. I'm sorry, I don't know how else to tell you. Like, and this is going to be a theme of this video. Go read the Bible for yourself. I know a lot of us have been like poisoned against the bottle from, the conservative politicians and fundamentalist Christians, but go read the Bible for yourself. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful book, and it really will teach you how to be a better human if you like again, read it with an open mind, but discerning eye, okay? Now, another thing that is not in the Bible, people equate, and when I say people, in Christian tradition, Satan and Lucifer are used synonymously. The Bible does not say that these beings are the same whatsoever. Not at all. It does not. Now, the word used in the Old Testament for Satan the Hebrew word is Hasatan, which means the adversary. Now, he's mentioned a few times. One of the most notable times is in the book of Job, when God is in the divine council and Satan kind of challenges him. Now, that's a whole different story. Like, if Satan is this ruler of hell, why is he on the divine council with God's other beings, angels and such? He's not in hell. And matter of fact, that I'm gonna get to that in a second. It's gonna be a quick aside after this, but yeah. Now, Lucifer is also mentioned. Now, Lucifer is actually Latin for the light bearer, and there's a reference to Lucifer. I forget in what book, but he's called the bright morning star, and I believe. Oh, there we go. This is in Isaiah 14. Isaiah compares the king of Babylon to the morning star, saying, "Oh, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning." And this is people take this and say, "Oh, well, this is a morning star, that this is describing Lucifer falling from heaven, just like Satan is described falling from." Yeah, but no one said that they're the same. And multiple angels fell from heaven. If you go back to Genesis, where they describe the sons of God, the watchers, who are meant to be watching humanity, but they end up teaching them forbidden knowledge, which occurs in various different mythologies, by the way. Well, to be honest, almost all of them. Like, this goes to Egyptian mythology, Greek, Roman, Mesopotamian. Like, that's a common thing. So what I'm saying is, fallen angels it didn't just happen a couple times. Many angels in various spiritualities and mythologies fell from heaven or cast out of heaven for rebellious acts. So just because they say Satan fell from heaven or Lucifer fell from heaven, that doesn't mean they're the same thing. They're literally just never equated in anywhere in the Bible. Nowhere. And you could just look it up. Like, the Bible is the most accessible thing as far as literature. Like, it's free. It is free. So now the interesting thing about Lucifer, he's called the bright morning star. Another somewhat important figure in the Bible is referred to as the morning star. Guy named Jesus. You may have heard of him. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that there. But yeah, I'm gonna transition into what I was saying about Satan ruling in hell. That's nowhere in the Bible. Nowhere. Actually, in the New Testament, in the Gospels, it's made pretty explicit. In the Gospels and in the Paul's epistles, actually, it's made very clear that Satan rules Earth, like this world. Paul called Satan the god of this world. He said that. The Apostle Paul, who wrote most of the New Testament, he said Satan is the ruler of this world. And when Jesus goes on his 40-day, 40-night fast, and Satan tempts him, Satan offers him all the kingdoms of the world. Matter of fact, and yeah, Satan offers Jesus all the kingdoms of the earth. He shows it to him. He says, I'll offer if you worship me, I'll give all of this to you because it's been given to me. All right. I think. Oh, see? And he said to them, I will give all, this is Matthew 4:9. And he said to him, all these I will give you if you fall down and worship me. How could Satan offer something to Jesus that doesn't belong to him? And mind you, Jesus kind of knows everything, so he didn't respond by saying it's not yours to give. He just simply refused. So it's clear that Satan does rule the world, in the context of the gospel according to Matthew and then Paul's epistles. He's not in hell. I don't know where that idea comes from, that he rules in hell, because the Bible doesn't say that. All right. And that, again, while we're on the subject of hell, the idea of hell being this, like, fiery place, also not in the Bible. Now, it's definitely not a good place. It's a place of torment. It's a place of darkness, being cut off from God. That's the most important part. Like, again, these things aren't supposed to be taken literally. Hell is separation from God. That's the important part. Not the, like, you'll be, if hell is a place where your spirit, your soul is tormented, how could you be tormented by physical things like fire? You understand what you picking up what I'm putting down? Like, I don't think a fiery, hot place like kind of translates spiritually. These are elements that exist in this universe, not in the spirit realm. I think hell would be more of a spiritual torture. Again, separation from God. Now, moving on. Now, homosexuality. Now, the Bible does speak against homosexuality in a few places. Not extensively, I'll say that. And to be honest, a lot of the context is, especially when we're talking the Old Testament, the thing with the Old Testament is that God set the Hebrews apart for a specific purpose. And they were given a lot of laws to follow that we don't follow, like down to what fabrics to wear, and like it's like, if I'm not mistaken, like 600 something laws. So if you're a Christian, you should know that, like, Jesus kind of consolidated everything for us, so we didn't have to follow the strict set of laws. He was like, listen, let's follow the 10 Commandments, believe in God, love everyone, like the important stuff, like love. Like, love is the important thing. That's another thing. Like, you're supposed to love everybody, and you're not supposed to be selective about it either. Like, if someone's a killer, you're supposed to love them. Like, it's about the value of human life and us transcending physicality and, like, becoming, like, fully in sync and in tune with God. Like, but anyway. But yeah, some passages in the Bible do speak against homosexuality, but I'm gonna put this here. I'm sure most of y'all know who King David is. You know, God chose the one, slew Goliath, was hunted by Saul for a long time, became the king of Israel. You know, biblical hero. He had a friend named Jonathan. And to be honest, I and a lot of people think he kind of liked Jonathan a little bit more than a friend. But, you know, Jonathan was one of his, like, longtime friends. And this is what he said when Jonathan died. You know, and this is in the Bible that people, like, are adamant that it condemns homosexuality. I'm just putting this right here. This is 2 Samuel chapter 1, verse 26. I am distressed for you, my brother Jonathan. You have been a good friend to me. Your love toward me was more wonderful than the love of women. I don't know. But yeah, I might do a part 2 to this at some point. call this, the Bible doesn't say that. And yeah, again, it's the Bible. It's very easy. You could be like, does the Bible say? You go on Google. Does the Bible say this? What does the Bible say about this? And yeah, it's not hard to find. It's very researchable, and scholars have done extensive research into it. And you could do it yourself. It's not that hard. Like, in some of these things that they've taught you over the years do not exist. They just don't. Sorry, like, I don't know what to tell you. Now, on interpretations is different. Like, you could take a passage from here, a passage here, and like logic your way into saying that this isn't. But all I'm saying is, outside of your own like negotiating with the text and interpretations, sometimes the Bible just simply doesn't say a thing, and then we as humans impose things upon it. So this isn't me saying that anything's like making any moral judgment, like this is right, this is wrong. This is just telling you that the Bible doesn't say it, period. And so this is an educational video, and I just wanted to share it with y'all because, again, I love spirituality, I love the Bible, but I don't want y'all to have false information. I really hate that. I despise false information more than anything. I'm an information guy. My top aspiration and ambition in life is gathering knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. That's all I care about at the end of the day. So I can't allow false information to be unchallenged. So yeah, man, if you like this video, drop a like, comment. Listen, I know some of y'all gonna argue with me, so I don't even gotta ask you to comment for real. Share, subscribe to the channel. I cover a variety of topics on this channel, mostly related to psychology, philosophy, and spirituality, but other random stuff too. But yeah, man, until next time, hope y'all have a beautiful day. Take care. Peace.